Hey, welcome back to our maths videos. Not only is it the last maths video that I'm going to film during this period of home learning, but it is probably the last video in general that I'm filming during home learning. So thank you to everybody that has watched. I am sorry that you've had to put up with looking at my face for the past 13 weeks on lots of videos. That's a lot of hours of watching me, which is very, very, very difficult to do. So I thank you for that. Thank you for everyone who's put comments in the YouTube page or just said things, advice or tips or thanks, that helped. It all really is appreciated by me, and thank you very much. I hope I don't have to do this again, but thank you very much. We've got one last video today, and today we're going to go to a number strategy. Not a number strategy, sorry, something to do with whole number, and we're going to look at order of operations. Now, it's not something that you might have heard of. If you're in my maths group, you've probably heard of it, but otherwise, I think it's a really important thing to go through. So we're going to go through it now, and I'm going to explain mainly the brackets part of it, not the whole thing, but let's go. All right, I'm going to try to share my iPad, which I've been having a little bit of difficulty with lately, but we'll see how we go. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so what do I mean by understanding the order of operations? What I mean is, if you get a question in a maths test or in class or something like that, it's not always as easy as going from left to right and just solving the question as it is. For example, if you had a question like this, 4 times 2 plus 3, it's going to be difficult if I can't do this properly. 3 times 3, right? If you did not understand the order of operations, you would just solve from left to right. And you would go 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Times by 3 extra is 33. And you would just keep solving it. But what the order of operations tells us is there's certain numbers that have to be solved first. When you're solving any equation, you need to solve what's in the brackets first, because you can see up here with the B, brackets. Whatever's in brackets, we solve first, because they're supposed to be grouped together. So even though they're made as 2 separate numbers, they're actually supposed to be one number. You're supposed to simplify it down to one number. 4 times 2 plus 3 times 3. So even though you might see a 4 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3, actually what's inside the brackets is the number that they want you to plus together. So they want you to group these numbers together. So they want 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 3 is 9. And once you've got those numbers in the brackets, then they want you to plus them together. So then it's 9 plus 8 equals 17. So 2 things in which none of the maths things you actually did were wrong. You didn't solve it wrong in the sense of, you didn't do maths that end up with the wrong number. You just didn't use the right order of operations with the first one. So I'm going to try to rub this out, and we'll have another look. Now, after the brackets, you'll see here it stands for O. O means order, and order means anything that is a square number or a square root number. So what that means is, if you had this, right, you don't do 3 times 5 is 15 and then 15 squared. You solve if there's no brackets, you go to order first. So you solve the square numbers first. So what's 5 times 5, because it's 5 squared, is 25. Then you can do 3 times 25 equals 275. So if you don't see any brackets, if you see brackets, solve them first. And then if you see any squared numbers, you solve them next. And then any division or multiplication parts of your question, you solve them next. And then the addition and subtraction comes last. There is an order in which you don't just choose which numbers you want. I like solving addition first, so I'm going to start with the addition part. It doesn't work like that. There is an order that you have to use to solve these maths problems. So let's go through another example. 6. I apologize about my writing. I'm trying to keep my hand off the iPad because it just keeps making it difficult if I don't. Okay. So let's take this. 6 times 6 minus 4 times 4. Now, I don't just go left to right. I need to look and go, is there any brackets? Yes, there is. I'm going to solve the brackets first. So 6 times 6 36. Don't do the minus yet. I go to the other set of brackets and do 4 times 4 is 16. Then 36, take away 16, the answer should be 20. Now, if you just did 6 times 6 is 36, minus 4 is 32 times by 4, you would get a completely different answer, okay? Let's try one more. Let's go a bit harder. 72, take away 8 times 7 plus 9. Now, I know it might look hard on the surface, but it's really not that difficult, this question, because you know now with brackets, with the order of operations, the brackets go first. So 8 times 7, 56. Now it's 72, take away 56. Now I can do it in my head, but if you needed to write it down, you can do that too. So now you just go 72, take away 56 equals 16. And then 16 plus 9 equals to 25. It's very, very important that you solve those brackets first, okay? Let's try one more, okay? I'll just make one up now. So it's 5 times 2 times 2 plus 2 squared. Okay, let's have a look. Firstly, what stands out as first? BODMAS, that's how we say it. BODMAS, brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Is there any brackets there? Yes, there is. 2 times 2, 4. Is there any squared numbers in there for the order part? Yes, there is. Let's go and do that next. So 2 squared is just 2 times itself, which equals 4. Now we look and say, is there any division? No. Is there any times? Yes, there is. So let's do that next. So 5 times 4 equals 20. And then we can just plus the 4 on at the end. The answer is 24. Now, I know that that can get a bit confusing, and I really do want to go over that again in class with you. And what I'll do is I'll make an easier sheet for those of you who I just want to teach you to do the brackets first before you plus them together. And then we'll do a harder sheet in which you can sort of extend yourself if you're feeling really comfortable with this. So you just choose the level that you feel you're at, and whatever you can do. And if you can't do it, just write down what you had difficulty with, and we'll help you when we get back in class, okay? Once again, this is the last video, so thank you so much to everybody for getting to me to 700 subscribers. Anyway, but thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you all because we really miss you. Okay, bye.